Have you ever scrolled through social media and thought to yourself, why don't I look like that? Why don't I have what she has? Why is she always happy? You are falling into the comparison trap. Hey you guys, so let's talk about positive thinking. Positive thinking isn't just voodoo magic, it actually rewires your brain. So let's do a thought experiment. Let's say that I'm going to tell you to focus on red cars. Go outside and actually look for red cars. I actually did this unconsciously because I was looking for my dream car, which is like a mini in cream white, and all of a sudden I just started to see like cream colored Mini Coopers, and I was so surprised because I had no idea that we had that many in our area. Go outside and I will wait. See, I told you so. The second one is watching people. I used to always see people that were so happy. I had a classmate, she was like happy all the time, and I used to always wonder like, why are people so happy? And I was so confused because there were always people who were always happy, and there was the second group of people who were always bitter. Like no matter what happened, I was like, why is she so bitter? So I put on my detective cap and I started to watch people like a hawk. I used to look at people and try to figure out the patterns because I thought their life was so great. But then I saw them consistently being happy, like regardless what was going on, even if we had tests or exams, and even if these people had difficult things in their life, they seemed to always be happy. And then I had this aha moment. Happiness is a choice, it's a mindset, and these people are actually just choosing to be happy. Now I understand that you can't always choose your emotions, and I'm not specifically like talking about extreme cases at all. You can still choose to deal with situations in different ways and in different patterns than you are used to. You have to have certain happiness islands, as I like to call them, which means that you have to have certain moments of peace in your life in order to spread what you feel on the inside, because it doesn't matter how everything looks on the outside, if it's great or bad, because sometimes people have everything they need and they still feel empty inside because their inner world is just not peaceful. And you can have a peaceful world and have a chaotic world on the outside, and it wouldn't matter to you and it wouldn't affect you as much. So I started a gratitude journal. So studies do show that people who have a gratitude journal, they have less symptoms of anxiety and depression. They have a direct correlation between their well-being and gratitude. Now take a journal and put on a timer. What I've learned over time is that whenever we want to change our lives, we can't just plan, we have to take action. So take out a journal immediately and let's start a gratitude journal today. Now there are a lot of different methods and you can find a million different prompts on Pinterest. That's just how I prefer to do it. You can also make a list of every single thing that you have, so even the groceries that you bought, but also the things that you have always taken for granted. For example, if you live in an apartment, if you have shelter, if you have a roof over your head, if you have a pet, all of these things are something that somebody else across the world is just wishing for. Second method is to just write down one thing and go into the details of why you like that so much. So if you have a friend, just write down, let's say, the name of the friend. She's very kind, she's caring, she replies very quickly, or we go out so often, etc. The next thing is to be less critical of yourself. When I was younger, I used to think that if I beat myself up for something, then actually I would improve at it or I would put in more effort. And over time I realized that is like one of the worst qualities to have, because it encourages you to have bad behavior towards yourself, but also it discourages you from actually improving in your life. Over time I've actually realized that whenever you're in the moment of self-doubt, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend? And I've actually tried out this technique and it works wonders. It has actually changed the way that I speak to myself, and I realized that seeing yourself as a friend is way more helpful than using a stick against you. It's time to gentle parent yourself. So instead of saying I'm bad at this, just say I am having trouble with this, which is very normal in the beginning, because whenever we as humans try something new, it is very difficult. A lot of people overemphasize the talents of other people and undervalue their hard work, because we don't usually see other people working hard at something. We just see the outcome, and then of course we're gonna assume that they're just talented, but in reality they are probably putting so much effort into it. And I think you should always make assumptions that help you propel in life and get you further, rather than stuff that hinders you. Also, we never know if somebody has worked really hard for something or if they just have like a lot of talent for it. It isn't something that we can ever know. So I personally noticed that if I just say that I'm gonna work hard regardless of how other people do it, that comparison is a trap. It is actually a thief of joy, and that is so true. Also recognize that the grass is always greener on the other side. It always seems like that, but once you are in the position of that person, you will realize not everything is as as good as it seems. I'm currently reading the book called Tiny Experiments, and the author talks about a celebrity who has made huge amounts of films and series like Bridgerton and is extremely famous. In one of her speeches, she said that whenever she is winning at one thing, she is losing at the other thing. So we can't do everything. There's only so much time in the day and we have to prioritize. When I was younger, I had this amazing technique. Every single time I saw something that somebody had, I would always ask myself, what do I have instead of it? Because for everything that somebody else has, I probably have something else that they don't have. Don't bring other people down, but realize that everybody has good and bad things in their life. And even like being an only child can be positive because the parents have like one child that they can put all the effort into. But if you have siblings, then you have companions in your life. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.